symphony, a requiem. An anthem of heroes and tears. When the daylight pierced through the branches, we understood we were standing before God. And here you are, on the edge of the Creator, listening to the echoes of a written story. See. The world will collapse. While you stand in the midst of nothingness, searching for light in the darkness, only grasping the truth in the final reckoning. We were caught in the Rubicon's flow. Behind the high ramparts, where it cannot see us, we recite our final words. Motherland, bless your children who are about to die. Beyond my sword and behind my shield, I smile, because against all odds, I will triumph.
Sleep. I had a bad dream.
Dear Paul, the front is eating us alive here in Flanders. I pray every day for this war to be over before the next wave of German heroes is burned to ashes in this madness. Words cannot describe the horrors we see here every day. How we wanted to go to war. How foolish we were. We'll be slaughtered out there. Listen to me. You've got to get out of here. Sometimes I do not know whether I am dreaming or awake. Whether I am here in the trenches or at home in Berlin. Corruption. You descend like an easterly wind. A promise of home and hero's death. But then you feast, and all life ends.
Death is not the end. It is a gateway. A way out.
Victory shall be mine, and I shall take you first. Eternal battle, eternal victory, ad infinitum.
This house is under the rule of the dead. His spirit pervades every stone.
He is here. The child is here.
That's not my son. Do you hear me? That's not him. You saw what they brought us. It's not human.
Did you hear the screams? Get me out of here, damn it! There's something out there. There's something.
It was all just a bad dream.
I'm Guy Davis. I'm a concept designer and production designer for film, television, and video games, and I was the creature concept designer on the new reimagining of the Alone in the Dark game. I think everybody has an idea of what scares them in the dark, and getting to design what possibly is crawling around in the dark has always been exciting, especially in terms of Eldritch horror. What's exciting about designing for games is that it's almost creating a creature that has to come more to life than you would for film, because a player, you never know. Is it going to attack him with weapon A or weapon B? Is he going to just run from it? And the creature has to respond in those ways. And one of the most exciting parts of the process, of course, is just seeing these creatures come to life, and how the team, really elaborates on these design details. So now you have a sense that the cemetery creature's cadaver arm is this, formidable weapon that can grab, the player or use it as a club, or, the sound of the bayou creatures scurrying around in the distance. It's become part of the environment, which in a lot of ways makes it more real. The Darkman was a really interesting character to get to work with. He's the opposite of like the shambling horror. He had to be threatening, but there had to be something unsettling that, is behind all that. And what it is I think what would be the most unsettling thing of all. I think it's hard to be scary in this day and age when everything else is so scary, but hopefully there's something unsettling that stays with you and makes you think twice when you're turning the lights off at night.
Legends live forever. Even if we sometimes forget about them for a short period of time or they take a little break, they always get back to give us amazing stories and provide awesome experience. And that's the case with Alone in the Dark. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited about the next installment in this series, and I'm double excited to speak with Mikael, writer behind Alone in the Dark. Hi Mikael, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Let's be honest, Alone in the Dark is an old series. So many players have warm feelings to it, but at the same time we have equally a lot of younger players who don't know Alone in the Dark. And I'm curious, what was your approach to give something familiar to old-timers, but at the same time provide something new and fresh to a younger horror fans?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big question, right? When we started doing this, because there's been like 6 games before ours. So trying to sum up all of that and sort of continue on, it's kind of difficult, because I mean, we're not doing a sequel or anything. We're not doing like a remake. We are, trying something new. I guess people like to say reboot. I don't really like that, because it's not like we're trying to do something completely new with it. We don't want to sort of reinvent it. We want to keep what's there. It has been a challenge to figure out what that means. The way that I sort of figured it in my head is more like, I imagine us sort of just finding these old antiques and just destroying them and just violently destroying them, and then going like, "Ooh, I like this part, I like this part," and then I'm just sort of gluing something together like a new abomination. I do like to sort of use the metaphor of tearing them apart and then putting something new together, because I think it's a kind of humble way to look at it as well, because it is daunting. I want to pay tribute. I want it to be an homage to, the old games, especially like the first one and maybe, the second and the third, but all of them, of course, in a way, because they're all a part of the history of Alone in the Dark. It was really freaky to play it back then, and I wanted to sort of try to make sure that we honor that feeling more than trying to recreate it, if that makes sense. But again, it is a completely new story. I keep sort of reassuring people that you don't have to worry about the old stuff. You can just come into our game and just play it and enjoy it. I assume that most people who play it will be that way. They will just sort of come into it completely fresh, and they will hopefully enjoy it. And I'm thinking that maybe if you do enjoy it, then maybe you will go on like
Try the older titles, yeah?
Yeah, or at least, start Googling things. What is this thing? Why is that?
I like your approach with destroying and collecting once again all the pieces. I think this is the right approach, and I see that you're a right man in the right place. You have also a star cast in Alone in the Dark, and of course I just have to ask about it, how it was to work with Jodie Comer and David Harbour.
Yeah, no, they were really, really good. They're fantastic actors, but it was just sort of fun to see them work. They're true professionals. So it's so interesting, not just with David and Jodie, but actors in general, to sort of hear, as soon as they start reading the words, the characters come to life, and as a writer, you go like, oh, this is how they sound, And it's interesting how sort of, like with David, we all know David from Stranger Things. I had already seen him in a sort of a sheriff role, which is not that different from, a private eye that he plays in Alone in the Dark. So I sort of understood that he would slot in, perfectly. It would just work, and of course he did so. I think he brought a lot of sort of fun, and also that sort of it's a bit of an adventure-y, kind of reluctant hero thing, which I really like. We have the two characters are called Edward and Emily, and Emily was actually written in mind to be. They were written more in the sense of being a duo. So what that meant is like going back looking at old noir stuff, like maybe like movies from the 40s and things like that. You often got these kind of an interesting chatty couple of people. They're going at each other. They're kind of being slightly teasing and mean to each other in a very fun way. So they would immediately just sort of punching each other with words. So it was much more comical in a way that they interacted at first. But it was interesting, as soon as I started to hear Jodie sort of go into the role, I understood that she played it much more seriously, which was so interesting to me, because this is interesting, because now we can sort of play into the sadness, which is one of the things that I do like when I write for horror. Like I go down the tragedy and sadness route. You know that since you said that you played Amnesia and Darkest Stand. And there's a lot of tragedy there.
It's not a funny game, yeah.
Yeah. So and that's kind of what I liked. So again, so when actors sort of really start speaking the words, they come to life, and it starts sort of changing how I perceive them. And they both made their characters more interesting than I had anticipated. But I think Jodie might have been sort of just tweaking it more than I had expected. And I really, really enjoyed that. Thank you, Lucas, for talking to me. It's been a pleasure. I really hope that you like it Alone in the Dark, and that the audience will enjoy it as well. And yeah, please have fun.
start the game. Oh my. Dolls. Dolls. I don't like dolls. Alone in the Dark by Cassandra. Hey, I was reading that. Jeremy Hartwood and Hung. Hey, I was reading that. Rude. Oh. Okay. We'll look around. What's this?
I can't wait to paint this. Gonna give it a big mustache.
Oh my, little girl. She's got a very sweet little voice. You know what they say about little girls with sweet voices? They're usually the sus ones. So she likes creepy stuff? I mean, the dolls kind of give it away. Oh my lord. Okay. They're beheaded. Nice. Totally normal. Because everybody likes a nice beheaded doll. Cool. What the Okay, I was about to... Why is there a crow in the house? People don't have crows as pets. Going this way. Open?
Oh goodness, you scared me.
What are you up to, Jeremy?
You sus.
Tell someone what is going on here. I have to try.
Open the door. What is going...
They're so creepy.
What is all of this?
Jeremy, what have you done?
Jeremy! Why is she blaming Jeremy? She's like, oh, Jeremy. I don't think it's Jeremy this time. She is so nonchalant and calm and collected. I really wish I could live my life the way she's getting through this. Oh, man. Oh, no. But, girl. She's bossing these monsters around like she owns them. You got this, girl. Oh, God. Just move! Why were you taking your time? Oh, what's this? Oh, just climb through. Clever. She's small. She can go. Careful what's going on. Okay.
It's suffocating. Darkness. Corridors stink. I can't get the smell out of my nose. The whispers won't shut up. Every shadow seems to haunt me. Just keep them away from me. I just want to know the truth. I need the truth. Why am I doing all these things you ask? Why are you in my head? I just want to live my life. It was just a job, nothing more. Just a job. quite some time now, Miss Holloway. It seems you have quite the story to tell. Well, I do hope you found what you were seeking. It would be such a shame to have lost it all for nothing.
Alice Merton has a song titled I Have No Roots. Well, that's not the case with horror games because they have very strong roots, and more developers go back to those roots to make modern games heavily inspired by classic survival horror games. Like my next guest, Nathan, who is working right now on a game called Hollow Body. Hi Nathan, how are you?
Hey man, yeah, I'm great, thanks. Very good.
Personally, I'm a huge fan of good old survival horror games, so when I first saw Hollow Body, it was like, oh, it need to go through my wish list. I'm curious about one thing. Today, with tools like, let's say, Unreal Engine or whatever, you can do pretty much everything you want. You can do horror with first-person perspective, some jump scares, and still make a great game out of it. But you went in a different direction. You are making a game that sounds more challenging. And I'm curious, why did you decide to make a game inspired by classic survival horror games?
I guess so. When I decided to make Hollow Body, so when I describe Hollow Body as a survival horror game, I'm talking about sort of a very specific kind of horror game. Whilst there's lots of games available now that sort of involve both survival mechanics and horror themes, they're not technically survival horror, or at least not in the old sense of the word. So Hollow Body is closely following the footsteps of games such as Silent Hill, Kuon, Rule of Rose, Haunting Ground, Fatal Frame, to name a few of my personal favourites. But those games had a very specific makeup to their design that wasn't all about scares. It relied much more heavily on narrative and character motivations, cinematography. They were very light on jump scares and instead worked on building dread through careful scene direction with fixed and dynamic camera angles and world building through player exploration. Yeah, this is the main reason I decided to go third-person Hollow Body. Obviously, it is quite a bit more challenging than first-person. There's a lot more animation work for a start. But I wanted to sort of recapture that feel of playing an old PS2 horror game for the first time. And a big part of that was being able to see the character you're playing as. Yeah, I mean, I previously worked on a first-person horror game called Chasing Static, and from a design point of view, the approach is very different, despite them both being horror games. Yeah, there's a lot you have to think about in a separate way when it's third-person. And yeah, of course, there are some fantastic first-person horror games out there, but I feel there's a bit of a lack of proper fixed camera games, and I'd like to be one of the guys who helps remedy that. Just to give a quick pitch about Hollow Body, it is, in my mind, Blade Runner meets Silent Hill. That is the easiest way of putting it. So it's set in the not-so-distant future, and you play as Mika, who is a shipper. She is a delivery driver, essentially, for black market goods. She crashes across an exclusion zone. It's an old, abandoned British city from hundreds of years ago. So the city itself feels very relatable to current British cities. There's a bit of more advanced tech there, but sort of the bricks and mortar are very typical. But yeah, Mika has some sci-fi gadgets at her disposal. She has to find her way out of the city while surviving, managing resources, and uncovering the dark secrets within the city, which I'm keeping my lips sealed about at the moment. But yeah, if anyone wants to wishlist it on Steam, that'd be amazing. It really helped me out.
I love stories of people who are leaving big companies or big corporations to start something of their own, creating some amazing stuff. And I have such example here with me in my virtual studio. Ladies and gentlemen, please say welcome to Nate, the developer responsible for the upcoming and amazing looking game called The Axis Unseen. Hi Nate, how are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
I'm super excited to speak with you about your project because you are a guy who was working on some big AAA titles, but now you're just one-man army working on your dream project. And I'm just curious, what's the easiest and what's the hardest in being your own boss?
So the easiest part for sure is deciding what to do and approvals, because it's like, oh, can we do it? Yes, we can. I can just like look in the mirror, go for it. Whereas, you know, in big developments, that can sometimes take months and all sorts of layers of approval and meeting after meeting and vision statements and what have you. So that part is really nice.
You don't have to go to your boss. You're just speaking to yourself in the mirror. So yeah, that sounds good. But what are the cons of the situation?
So the con then is that there's no like support structure. It's really just me making the game. So sometimes when you're making a game by yourself, you're like, oh, this is great. I can just do whatever and all these things and like, I'm a genius. But then there's the flip side where sometimes you run across these problems, especially because my background is in art and not really coding. I coded like 20 years ago or whatever. It's like, that's been a while. So you occasionally run into these roadblocks and you're like, uh-oh. Am I screwed? Am I going to have to hire a coder? Like, maybe this was a bad idea. But then, you know, so far at least, I figured it out and it's like, yes, can keep going forward, get past the roadblocks. But it is terrifying when you have those moments.
Okay, so generally, I understand that you like the position you are right now.
Yeah, I love it. I really like doing lots of different things. And even though I was in art primarily, I always thought of myself as like a game developer, not just an artist. So I was always like budging my way into like the design meetings and messing with tools. So I like having that flexibility to just do a bunch of different things. The Axis Unseen is a heavy metal horror game where you hunt monsters from folklore. And it's closer to like a hunting simulator as opposed to like when people hear monster hunting, they think Monster Hunter the game, but that's a lot more of like an action game. This is closer to something like the Hunter Call of the Wild where you're like looking at tracks and wind direction matters. But in those games, if like a deer smells you or hears you, they'll just run off. But in this case, it's a monster that will just come and run and like try and eat your face. The Axis Unseen launches next year sometime.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Ryan, but I also go by 8-Bit Ryan over on YouTube. I am super pleased to be able to welcome you all to an extraordinary event unlike no other, and that is FearFest, brought to you by Feardemic. And let me just say they have an absolutely amazing show lined up for everyone. Brace for a showcase featuring over 30 horror trailers, world premieres, gameplay reveals, and also interviews with some of the sinister minds behind such projects. However, before we do go further, it's time we take a step back and revisit one of the most polarizing dramas of the year. One that will evoke the memories of 80s video game movie adaptations, and give you a ringside seat into the inner workings of one of the most evil video game companies ever created. FearFest is proud to present The Devil's Game.
Am I evil? Well, I do my best. I mean the worst. Yes. I'm bad. I'm evil. I'm even, as the French would say, an anti-hero. Of course, I wouldn't be so cruelly evil if I didn't devote every spare moment to becoming better at my being evil. And by better, of course, I mean being worse. The worst! That's why I rely on misinformation, unhealthy competition, and the exchange of bad experiences. This is why I founded the very bad Not-So-Gentleman's Club. Yes, we are still working on the name of the group. Hi everyone, hi guys. Do you hear me? Yeah. The wrap-up period is approaching and we all need to do our best to collect the most souls and send them into darkness. So, as every year, I have prepared a statistic of our misconduct and would like to present it now so that you have a clear understanding.
Get on with it.
Over the past 2 years, the plague has come to a clear lead. Over 6 million souls. Well done. That is a very, very bad job. You know what I mean?
Can we just stop with the inverted adjectives?
But this is my thing.
Just get on with it.
All right. Next, we have the Reptilian King. 7,000 souls. Not bad, not great.
Yes. The boss.
No, you are not. Let's just go straight to the winner of this period, all right? And the winner is Bob. Yes, Bob again.
What? Bob? Does anyone have any idea what he does for a living? What does he actually do? How is he so bad?
We don't ask, and we don't talk about it.
This is horse shit. In a bad way.
He is just best in being the worst, all right? Get over it, you sissies.
And what about you?
Me? I'm the devil. The big D. Oh no, that came out wrong. I'm the boss. The boss, all right? You do bad for me.
And that's it? You don't need to prove anything, cause you're the Prince of Evil, and that's that.
All right. This is it. I'll show you, you stupid buffons. I'll conjure an evil that will be so widespread and affecting your jaws will drop. And I took it personally.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm a professional life coach, a stock trader, and a lawyer.
Next time on The Devil's Game.
I'm going to become the creator of the scariest, the most demoralizing computer game.
Yeah.
It says here that you are a game designer, huh?
Yes, I've been in 2 companies before.
We have to focus on something solid. It is fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes, that's the touchpad.
It smells like success in here, guys.
Still Wakes a Deep is a first-person narrative horror game. For me, horror is about exploring the limits of human endurance and understanding. You're stuck on a cracking and crumbling rig in the middle of the North Sea in winter. There's a storm going on, the North Sea's below you. Our main character is Kaz McCleary. He's a working-class ex-boxer from Glasgow, and he's doing everything he can to survive on the rig as it crumbles around him.
So the oil rig environment will change in so much as you go from a working environment, working oil rig with lots of people around, something happens, a disaster happens, and from then on, once you recover, you just need to discover what happened, discover what has happened, and see what has become of the oil rig that you've already seen.
What's really interesting about the oil rig, it's a confined space in the middle of the North Sea. There's nowhere to go. So as the player, you actually return to a lot of environments and a lot of locations throughout the course of the game. And you get to see how these evolve, both in terms of the disaster, the rig starts to sink, but also this horror element which will start to come into play in the later stages of the game.
With Deep, we really wanted to move beyond just being a walking simulator. We looked at games that I'm very familiar with, like Alien Isolation, System Shock 2, and Prey, all games that are set in a single environment. We were really inspired by many of those games, but we also thought that Chinese Room is about telling a linear narrative in a way that is still spectacular and exciting for the player to experience.
Fans of the Chinese Room, I'd say, yeah, I really hope you enjoy the game, and we put a lot of love and attention into the environment, spent a lot of hours putting our love into it so that you can get lost in it and enjoy it before things get a little crazy and hopefully get you scared.
We'd like as many people as possible to play Still Wakes a Deep. You don't have to be a hardcore gamer. You just need to be someone who's really willing to experience a new story from a new perspective in some extraordinary circumstances.
Let me rewrite to end this life. I'm feeling worse. Tell me, how do I survive? Your cold breath down my neck. You're following my steps. I choose when to begin, but you decide if I win. I cannot rewrite you. Made me choose this life. I'm watching you. There's no way I
Dear viewers, you as true horror fans know exactly that when we take something innocent like, I don't know, toys and turn it into a true nightmare or something horrorish, the outcome is unsettling and very, very cool. But when you do it, it's very easy to fall into a parody unless you are doing it right. And with that in mind, let me introduce my next guest, Bennett, the man behind the game called Reveal. Hi Bennett, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Circus theme is something pretty common in horror. You know, we have so many horrors about clowns, etc. But mostly, I think they were a comedy style or a parody. But your game is much more serious. It has much more psychological approach. So I'm curious, why circus theme, why you went in this direction.
Yeah, so on the surface, the circus for us is a place of joy, wonder, and entertainment, basically. But when you dig deeper, there is an inherent eeriness to it. So think of all the backstage areas that the audience isn't supposed to see, and that's always a mystery of the unknown. And also what's presented on the stage is often the facade, and behind the curtains is then the true nature of the things. And this duality is what we wanted to explore in Reveal. We think that a place where you are not in control, but where you are just an observer, and where the lines between reality and performance are blurred, is also something very, very unsettling. I guess, as you will see in the gameplay, we are also playing with the cliche of circus horror. So, for example, if you go to a haunted house or a horror cabinet at a fair, you know it's all fake, but there's still that lingering sense of unease, of being trapped or imprisoned. And that's also a feeling we wanted to capture in Reveal. The serious, psychological, dark, name it whatever you want, side of it is gradually building up, and that's also something we want to show in the trailer. That's also something that is connected to our protagonist, Walter Thompson. He is a stage builder for the circus, so a handyman. At first he dismisses all the strange things that are happening, and he says, these are just cheap horror tricks. And as the game progresses, his perspective will change quite drastically. And we designed Reveal in a way that the player should feel the same transformation, or should take the same transformation as the protagonist. Our goal is that the players are constantly theorizing about what's going on here, and seeking new explanations of what is going on in this circus setting. In Reveal, the circus is not really a setting, it is more an interesting place where joy and darkness coexist, and where the lines between reality and illusion are constantly blurred for us. Make sure to wishlist Reveal on Steam, and follow us on Steam. Stay frightened, I would say.
Oh, hate that. Look at this clown. Oh! Why would a kid lock her book? Oh, is that blood? Is there blood in this kid's book? Oh! The giraffe looks stunned. The giraffe looks like he's seen some stuff. Welcome to the fun house. The clown's literally grabbing at you. How is that fun?
Oh, Dory always drags me through here. I think she just really likes to scare me.
Great. You know what's fun? Getting scared by clowns. Okay. Whoa! Oh my god. Why? This house isn't fun at all. Oh, Jesus. This way. Okay, that seems inviting. That seems inviting. I'm excited. If something jumps out at me again, I swear to God.
Dory, enough playing around.
Oh my god, this is why you don't have kids. Oh, I do not like this. Oh, I do not like this. Are you hypnotizing me? This kid is grounded for a week after this, honestly. Okay, she must be up here. This must be the play. Well, that's comforting. Hello?
Where did she go?
So, oh, it's not even a door. It's an illusion.
Wait, where did I go?
Oh no. Oh, who did this to the chess pieces? How do I get out of here? Oh, well, this can't be good. This is the opposite of a fun house. This is a not fun house. Look, door to door I can do. It's a drawing. Okay, we're in a rusty old elevator. That's never a good sign. I don't know what floor I picked, but I hope it's the right one. Okay, we're going to hell. We're going to hell.
Welcome to hell.
Oh, piss off. Are you serious? What am I supposed to walk through that? What do you mean? Oh, I hate this so much. Sheep people are the worst people. They're nothing but negative. Oh, don't you dare stay in front of me. You better move. You better stay. Oh! Okay. Flashing light warning. Oh. Oh! Hi. Hi. It's been great. Honestly, it's been great. I'm gonna go on my way. I'm gonna go out here. I hope to see you again.
Please, let her go.
And why would I do that? Really, Shinji? Does this thing actually mean something to you?
Just let her be, Salem. You got me. Please, give her back to me.
I don't think so. Hey, the gates. Dispose of this abomination. It's time to go.
Wait! They will pay for what they did. I don't know what I feel anymore. My creator, Dr. Shinji. Most talented engineer ever born into this run planet. They will pay.
I talked about it with a few developers last year, and I'm happy to do it again this year. Multiplayer horror games rock. We get more and more amazing titles which prove that horror genre is no longer just a single-player experience. And I have another proof with me here today. His name is James, and he's going to tell me more about his game called Deceit 2. Hi James, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's always great to talk about multiplayer games, and we're obviously about to launch Deceit 2, so it's a very exciting time.
Yeah, I'm very curious, how do you approach designing such games? Because personally, I love co-op titles where on one hand, yes, you need to cooperate with other players, but on the second hand, you have that traitor theme in it. I love such games, and Deceit 2 is one of them. But I'm curious, how do you balance the game? Because on one hand, you need to make it fun to play both for infected and innocent.
Yeah, it's kind of the big question in some ways, and something that we've worked on since the original version of the game in 2016. We experimented a lot with the original Deceit to really learn and explore this space. When we launched that game, there weren't many asymmetric games on the market yet. There weren't many social deception games, and we wanted to mix what was at the time like Mafia, the party game, werewolf, with something immersive, and horror felt like a very suitable setting. So I guess there were two sides to Deceit, and it's both horror and social deception. And I think when you have horror games, right, they come in different forms, right? And Deceit isn't one that's about necessarily jump scares. It is about atmosphere at times, and so there's always that side of it, and I think that can translate well to a multiplayer setting. But obviously, I would say that we're kind of like a psychological horror game, and I think we have lots of opportunities as a result of that when we're multiplayer and there are other players speaking to you. In terms of designing and balancing the game, it's been just hundreds of iterations and changes, right? Like, we like building games with kind of weekly play tests and reviews and just trying new things out and changing things. When it comes to the idea of balance, the way we look at it is there are just lots of different ways a game can be fun, like a session of Deceit, right? Like, it can be fun because you tricked someone, it can be fun because you chased someone down. And so we're really looking at all the different fun moments and trying to say, hey, like, in what cases is the game session not being fun, and how can we change the game system so that we always end up in the more fun cases? And so that's not really necessarily like winning and losing. It's more like, what state does a game get into? Everyone's waiting now for something to happen. As a result, maybe if there's too much downtime, that's a problem. And then we just kind of we've tweaked the way the core systems in the game work with that in mind. We do play tests. We've done beta tests, alpha tests. Just yeah, I mean, a lot of play tests.
So if any developers are listening to us and want to learn something here, remember that one thing: testing. That's the most important thing, I guess.
No, absolutely, yeah. Like, it's setting up the game. So Deceit 2 is an exciting mix of social deception and horror. We've got this Halloween an expansion coming around werewolves as well. So you both have that experiment monster, the werewolf, coming out. We put a ton of time in the Asylum, the first map, and you can check that out now. It's like it's an awesome kind of Unreal 5 fully realized, like, detailed environment, but one that you play with your friends, right? It's different every time you play. So it's been super fun as dev team throughout development, and now watching streams, seeing what everyone's doing with the game. We're constantly updating, adding features. Join us on our Discord as well, and we love engaging with the community there. So it's been great seeing everyone who's checked out Deceit so far. Give it a look if you haven't played, and give it a go with your friends.
Nine strangers, two hiding a monstrous secret, outwit and outrun these demons while maintaining your insanity. But the question is, who can you trust? He's the infected! Look at him, he's sus!
Kill Otter Lady! Kill her! Get her! Get her! Why is no one shooting Otter Lady?
Where are you hiding, human?
Welcome to art class. Everyone take a seat.
Shit.
I'm going to end somebody.
I'm sorry, Otter. It had to happen.
Oh, I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
fancy.
Eating you. I say, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. Na 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 na. Holy crap! I was that close.
Oh my god. You just teleported as well and scared the heck out of me.
Valerie, are you sus?
Leave the room for me, please.
Maybe.
King, would you mind going out?
Leave the room.
I'll leave the room. I'll leave the room.
I'm tired.
Did you just knock me out?
I'm tired.
I just completed my task. I gave this guy his prescriptions. Oh, fuck. You just
I just got knocked out.
Damn, they got me.
Shoot some more. Shoot some more.
I just wanted to do a task. Don't know what I'm doing. Did I get him? Did I get him? That was killing me.
Hey, sir, is he alive, Witchy?
Yeah, I think.
He's not now.
Well, that solves the problem. That solves the problem. Oh shit! Oh shit! It's so dark!
I won't let you eat me. I won't let it happen.
I'm very sus. Come here. Come here. Come here. No!
5 left. We've got 5 left.
Why is that the way you lie down, Val?
I think I'm at the chiropractor.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, done, done, done. Your time is done, done, done.
No! God damn it. Dag damn it.
I saw it. That's frightening.
Oh my god! No!
Did it kill me too?
Oh no! Where are you guys? Hi!
Who's got the key? Who's got the key? Damn! Dang! Innocent escape! Yes! Yes!
Did the innocent win?
Yes! We were right at the door.
That's why I muzzled you.
We did it! Let's go!
Innocent escape! Yes! Yes!
Welcome to Sanctuary, the Armageddon escape for the whole family. Our extravagant 5-star last resort is equipped with all the luxuries you need to get away from the world and eternal damnation. You might not make it here alive the first time, or the second, or the third. Don't worry. Every time you bite the dust, you'll come back a little stronger. And if you still can't make it on your own, grow yourself a small army of capable fighters until you're strong enough to navigate the treacherous wasteland with most of your team still alive. Sanctuary Resort and Hotel, where you can be you, I can be me, and we can live zombie-free.
Okay, enough for a moment of all those amazing but very serious psychological horror games. For a moment, let's just check out something completely different. You just saw it. You just saw the trailer of a game called Days of Doom, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm happy I can speak with Jason. Hi Jason, how are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm fine, and Days of Doom, like I said, I will repeat myself, it looks fantastic. But I'm curious about one thing. Lately I see more and more tactical games on the market. Like, there are so many of them right now, and Days of Doom is another proof that you can do anything you want with tactical games. You can tell any story you want, set it in any setting you can imagine. And I'm curious, what are you thinking why today we are witnessing the renaissance of tactical games?
You know, when you say renaissance, it's kind of funny because, you know, what's the original tactics game? It's chess. Chess never went away. People still play it, and it's persevered. And it's almost like an iteration on that. And there is, and I think the appeal actually comes down to combining various elements of games, right? So one, you're not rushed. People get busy. People have things to do. And there's something nice about a game that can provide certain levels of stress without rushing you to do a thing. So you could think about what you need to do. If you need to pause it, like if you're portable or something, you could close it, come back later, and then approach it as however you'd like. There's a certain joy in executing a perfect plan, and the tension that comes with being attacked by somebody and seeing the enemy set up, but then you happen to get that upper hand, and then it's almost like solving a solution in a puzzle, but it's always different. And you do that over and over and over again to the point where it doesn't get bored. And when you have a certain number of variables on the table, anything can happen. So you continuously get surprised and delighted when the perfect plan comes together. Or in our game, when certain happy accidents happen, like someone who might have been set on fire walks into a gas cloud and blows up. Something you didn't necessarily plan for, but then you're like, oh, and then the exact opposite can happen as well. As the publisher, you know, wasn't our directive to do it. This is actually the passion of the developer, Sneaky Bucks. And it was their idea to make a tactics game. They have a passion for, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff. So you'll see along the way, it's not just a matter of the tactics and the variables and different things that could happen along one campaign to run, but also these scenarios and events that'll happen that'll create a new journey and experience each time you play the game. If you like tactical, roguelite, post-apocalyptic RPGs, Days of Doom is going to be a great one for you. It's very unique in its visual presentation. It's gorgeous hand-drawn art and animation, original atmospheric soundtrack as well. You know, we're just super excited for it. It's outside of the, you know, traditional Atari repertoire that you'd expect, but it's something we're super proud of with the team at Sneaky Bucks to be releasing later this year. So definitely wishlist the game. That's the best way to support any and all developers, including ourselves, and publishers, I should say. So go to Steam, wishlist it, or, you know, you can do that on your platform of choice. And it helps more than you think. So that would be appreciated.
I should be able to take that one out. Yeah, alright.
Victory.
Victory. Of course. I'm gonna go hide behind these rocks for now. How can he... Aw. Come on now. You went way farther than I could. That's not fair. Oh, wait, no, I bet I can't. I bet it's gonna... Okay, never mind. It worked. It worked. This is like, I bet since he's in front of me, but no, it worked. Okay. Let's do the special. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, don't hit me hard. Let me turn. Ooh, we need more, we need more health. Not a backfired. Okay, okay, okay. Still got a chance. Still got a chance here. Still got a chance. Still got a chance, okay? Alright. Finishing blow.
Victory.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, I got the big one too. We might die. This is not looking too good for our heroes. Oh! I wish they'd leave me alone. Oh no, 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 no. Let me go here and let's shoot this. That didn't do like I wanted it to. Oh, please don't. Oh no, stop, stop, no, no. No! 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 Look, we got... Wait. Are we still alive, though? Welcome to your settlement. The squad abode will serve you as a place to recoup, recruit new squad mates, and purchase upgrades that will help you out on future journeys to Sanctuary. Mourner Riverstone. He sounds cool. Mary Roadkill. Hayden Lothar? Elijah Chancellor. Oh, I can only have 3. Whew. Man, what a journey.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I am Ayla.
Horror games come in many packages, from 8-bit side-scrollers to immersive first-person perspectives. But there's something about photorealism that really brings us into the world and makes us feel like we're there. I'm happy to be speaking to one of the developers of one such game today, Desh from Pulsatrix Studios. Hi Desh, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm fine.
So first off, Isla looks amazing. You can clearly tell you guys focused on delivering highly realistic graphics with this game, and it has everyone really excited. So how do you approach something like that? And how did Unreal Engine 5 help you guys in achieving that sort of photorealism?
The Unreal 5 helped a lot. Like, we worked with Unreal 4 in our latest project for Beer, and it was already amazing. Cinema helps a lot for us, like to find the right lighting and things like that. Like most of the people who works in the project worked in productions, in cinema productions, things like that. So we have a good eye for especially lighting that I think it makes the biggest difference. Like even if the model is not perfect, if you have a good lighting, you will probably have a really cinematic and realistic finished product. Unreal Engine 5 brought better atmosphere for lighting. Like it has a better render of lighting, and as I say, that's the key for realism. It's basically have good lighting. And since we got this next generation engine, it brings to another level. So that's how we got it. And especially also the animation. Like we have a great animator in the team too, and it creates this sensation of movement that you need to create realism, basically.
It's funny too that the kind of quote about good lighting. I have a friend who's a photographer, I guess now as a hobbyist, but semi-professional photographer, and he says that all the time. Anytime we have concepts or anything, and it's like, oh, I want to make this look really good. He's like, I don't care about what is the lighting plan? What is your plan
It's all
for
about the lighting. Yeah.
It's all about lighting. You're so right.
Exactly.
sometimes we were just talking about that part of the trailer that we launched from Isla, and he said, "Oh, that's nothing like reality, but it looks real." So that's this big difference between reality and what looks like reality. Our eyes are so comfortable with that because, especially because movies, because how we watch movies, that it feels real even if it doesn't look real. You can check out Isla in our website, pulsatrix.com. You can reach us in Discord, and that's it.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I am Ayla.
In games, you sometimes play as heroes and sometimes as anti-heroes, but from time to time, it's good to be a villain, like in a game called The Kingdom Remedy. And I'm happy I will speak about this game with Saverio. Hi Saverio, how are you?
Hi Lucas. Hi everyone. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me and let's say the studio Troglodytes Games to this interview.
So, The Kingdom Remedy is a game similar in mechanics to Ravenous Devils, and it's great because Ravenous Devils is superb game, and I'm happy we will get another one similar to it. But at the same time, you need to jump over the bar set by Ravenous Devils. How are you going to do it? What are you going to offer the players to give something new, fresh, and at the same time be even better than Ravenous Devils?
We cannot say will be better. Hopefully, let's say, hopefully we reach at least the let's say the same success. And being the publishers of Ravenous Devils on console, we were also following the success on Steam. We noticed that some people, they want to cue the actions of the characters. They want some here and there adjustments. Those adjustments will be ready from day one in the game. So of course the roles basically are the same. The gameplay, we think, is very very similar, but is what is different, let's say, it's a bit the setting, of course. Okay, I don't want to go too much philosophical or in the meaning of the game, but let's say it's also about this mad doctor and crazy nun what they're doing basically in the hospital. This doctor is a super genius. It is a fictional 50s in the States. Well, he discovered that if the human body is suffering, produce some substances. So he wants those substances to study them and to create like an anesthetic, total anesthetic something. He found a job the only job he can find is in a prison where there is a nun that shares his vision for different reasons. Let's say unlikely the prison is a perfect place where to continue the study because, you know, you have contained people. They cannot communicate, they cannot escape. Also, you know, guards, they don't care about the life of the inmates, so whatever it happens to them. It's basically this.
Oh my god. Ew.
Discover. This
He's a mad scientist. Someone needs to stop him.
incredible mix of substances that our and the most gentle of angels in the most torrid of places.
She's so pretty. Look at her. She's so pretty. Look at her.
Now, I just have to put in the hard work.
Oh my god, I think I know where I'm going for my nose job. So, looks like I get to play a doctor, you know? And like make people's dreams come true. Take your pills now, you hear? They're gonna keep you safe and sound and make sure you get plenty of rest. Did you even check his pulse? Hello, I have to pray for him. Oh. Is he gonna jump from there? Is he? Okay, just jump him in there. She's really pretty. I would definitely get a pill from her, like, that's for sure. Oh, here's an execution. Shh, it's starting. You are now sentenced to death by electrocution. Just kidding. Ooh. I think I condone him experimenting on people who have done terrible things. Hear me out now. Now hear me out. Do you agree? Okay, so I guess this is where the fun starts. I get to choose how I want to, like, treat, aka torture. Oh my god, I love this. Just kidding. Oh my god, not all these dead bodies. Either you stop now or I will ruin you completely this time. I don't wanna understand what you might refer to. Have it your way then. I warned you. Not him out to get me. Can he, like, leave me alone and let me do my work?
Now I just have to put in the hard work.
Ew. So with the help of Sister Anne, you too can help cleanse these souls from hell. Wishlist now on Steam. Okay.
Game developers have so many different ways to, well, evoke fear or build the tension. You can do jump scares, you can have unsettling locations or enemies or some creepy music. But the developer I have a pleasure to speak today uses something different, something so terrifying that it's scary even outside the games. It's time pressure. Please welcome Ite, the developer responsible for the upcoming game called The Time I Have Left. Hi, how are you?
Hello. I'm fine, thanks.
I watched the trailer of the game. I did my research. It looks amazing. I love the concept that the protagonist of your game has only 6 hours before she will die. Tell me, how do you use this theme to build the tension in your game?
Yeah, so when you see a timer in a game, the first thing that crosses your mind is, I have to rush through it, right? But in The Time I Have Left, the timer is very important to both the story and the mechanics. And the objective is not to rush aimlessly around before it runs out. We would have called the game something like No Time Left in those games, right? So, and the goal is to make the most of your time while it lasts. So we have two main timers in the game. One is the narrative one, which is a 6-hour one that spans the whole game, and a chapter-based one with shorter time limits that are contained within those 6 hours. Every chapter of the story has a shorter time limit that is part of those 6 hours. And once you locate a way to advance to the next chapter, you can decide whether to keep on exploring for more secrets in the current area or move on to the next. And when you advance a chapter, the time is always rebalanced to follow the main story. So every second that you haven't spent will be lost anyway. So it's up to you to decide how to spend it.
You found the balance between that tension I mentioned, but also you are giving some time for people to experience the story, to explore the game's world.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy when you see a timer to stress yourself a little bit too much. So our goal is to inject the right amount of time pressure at the right moments, but there's plenty of mechanics to manage it and strategize. For example, during combat and navigating the game's menus, time runs slower, 10 times slower. So this gives you a little bit of a breather to read story fragments, check your map and inventory, and decide what will be your next goal. In 6 hours, you will be dead. It is fated to be. Even so, is there anything you would like to do before the end? That is the starting point of The Time I Have Left. A narrative adventure, time-driven escape adventure with RPG elements that follows the story of Aline, a woman with only 6 hours of life remaining, as she searches out a way out of an underground city. So we will follow her escape, uncover the secrets of a desolate complex, and face grotesque visions of death in a turn-based combat system with an active twist. The game is already available to wishlist on Steam.
Alright, let's see what's down here. Can we interact? Oh my! Oh, that doesn't look good. Aline, what are you trying to hide? Oh. There's one path, the only path, as you know. What? You just need the will to take it. Oh my. Oh my, is that water? Been lost for a while, haven't you? Where are we? Oh. Oh my, it doesn't look like it ends. Are we trapped here? Oh. it's like a boss battle. Perfect dodge. No. Alright, which way? Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. 3 for 3. Let's go. Okay, I wasn't prepared for this one. I wasn't prepared. Oh. Oh, we've woken up. There's one path, the only path, as you know. You just need the will to take it. More info. Scan with your bracelet. Ah, that's cool. Map installed. Oh, nice. So now we can just open it. Check the legend in the bottom right of the screen to see the options available in the current menu. You can open the reminder menu from the map anytime. Okay, this. Ooh! What? Oh no. We're back to this guy! Oh, and he looks stronger than before? Dodge. Dodge again. And we mistimed it.
Pretty fiery start so far, but what if I told you guys we're just warming up? We've got a gold mine of horror games still yet to come that's definitely going to raise that BPM on your Fitbit. Nerves still in check? Alright, good. Well, let's go ahead and check out the next line of tiles. That is, of course, after we quickly revisit the Devil's Game.
Previously on the Devil's Game.
Am I evil? I found that the very bet not so gentleman's clap. The wrap-up period is approaching, and you need to collect the souls.
And what about you?
Me? I'm the devil. You do bet for me.
That's it?
All right. This is it. I'll show you, you stupid buffons. And I took it personally. Yes, I thought for a very long time about what to do to shut mounds of unbelievers once and for all. I just knew it had to be something big, something that would have global reach and spoil an entire generation. Something unnecessarily violent, stupefying, and be indirect cause of obesity and heart problems. And then it dawned on me. Computer games! I'm going to become the creator of the scariest, the most demoralizing computer game that will leave its mark on millions! But to carry out my plan, I needed to assemble a team. Not one like my scrap clap. These people had to be professional, cool, composed, precise, and ruthless.
Yeah, no fucking way.
Hello? Hello. So, it says here that you are a game designer, huh?
Yes. Yes, sir. I've been in 2 companies before, and although I don't...
What exactly do you mean by designer?
To me, designing games is like...
Isn't it just like making them? Because, you know, I'm making a game. Yes. The working one. With violence.
To me, combat is kind of a must-have. You know, the market these days is very difficult.
By whose design?
Excuse me?
How about doing it by my design?
Sure.
Designing it all according to my design. Nice. Thank you very much.
Well, at least I'm gonna get paid this time. Because I'm going to get paid, right?
Fast performance, open world, intelligent enemies, simple but captivating gameplay, interesting storyline.
All right. Do what you want. Just stop talking, all right? Man, you can put all those things that you speak of inside the game. But I have one requirement. Only one condition.
What is it, sir?
Loot crates.
Done.
Great. Sign here. No. With your blood, if you could be so kind.
Well, it looks like finally I will have a chance to truly express myself.
So, you are a writer, right?
Yep.
You write, right?
Yep. That's about right.
You know, I read a lot. Really?
That's good.
Yeah. You know what? We will be great friends. You know, I thought for a very long time about what our great work should be about. I was looking for inspiration, something fresh. And then I had a revelation. You are familiar with that series in which a rough around the edges, tough guy, forced by the situation, suddenly becomes a father of an orphaned child and has to face new challenges, through which he becomes tender and rediscovers himself and his connection to other people?
Are you talking about The Last of Us?
I don't know. I can't record the title. Maybe.
That was a game. It's an adaptation. You know that, right?
Of course I know that, right? But this is not that one.
Is it The Witcher?
Yes! The Witcher! Yes! Great show.
This is going to be a fucking nightmare.
So, what are you again?
I am the programmer.
Cool. Can you elaborate?
No.
Fair enough, Liam. Fair enough. Liam? You know what? I like him. Yes, I like him. He has that kind of optimism in him. Makes you want to work your ass off. Makes you brave, makes you creative. Yes, I love Liam. I do love him, yes.
will fail terribly.
I am Moses. I am Hope's best friend.
It's a completely normal phenomenon in culture that in certain times, certain periods, movie makers, the game developers, writers are heavily inspired by specific artists from other medium. Take a look when we take a look at the horror game, we can clearly see when we had a boom for Lovecraftian games or when people started to getting interest in H.R. Geiger works. And in the last couple of years, we see increased interest in works of Polish painter Zdzisław Beksiński. For example, take a look at the game called Nazralat the Fallen World. I have a huge pleasure today to speak with Vanya, the developer responsible for that title. Hi Vanya, how are you?
Hi Łukasz, great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Personally, I love Zdzisław Beksiński work, and when I first saw your trailer, it was like, oh my god, it's amazing, I need to play it. The question I want to ask you is very simple, you can even say ordinary. Why? Why Zdzisław Beksiński? Why his work is so captivating that more and more and more creators, especially horror game developers, like to be inspired by him?
We get this question a lot, especially from Polish people.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, it's a very, I think, good place of national pride for you guys because Beksiński is obviously like an amazing painter. And I think there are like many reasons why we kind of decided to go with that aesthetic, but the primary thing is when we started developing the game, it was less like we want to make a game and then, you know, what is it going to look like? Who's going to be an inspiration? Honestly, like from our creative director, it primarily came as like, what would it be like to explore Beksiński's paintings? What would it be like to actually go into these worlds and walk around and experience this? You know, as we started experimenting with 3D and trying to kind of pull these like 2D paintings into 3D, we're encountering obviously some challenges, you know, trying to communicate the atmosphere as well as the paintings do. And as we kept going, we kind of came to a recipe where we can kind of do it consistently. And we're like, okay, we're actually going to just make a game out of this, and it's going to be really cool. And what happens is the same dread and the same feel of
I guess, hopelessness, how minuscule man is compared to, the universe, compared to the world at large, translates from the paintings into 3D really well. And then if you give some sort of agency to the person, inhabiting these paintings at that point, it amplifies the experience. And I think that's why most devs are going for it, because if you do it well, you can achieve the same feelings, but with the force multiplier of it being an interactive experience as a game. So Nazareth is a dark fantasy role-playing game. It was inspired by the old school RPGs, CRPGs, such as Planescape Torment, the first Fallout games. You play through the role of a fallen knight in a world which is very strange to them, and you try to make sense of where you've ended up. And the narrative and the overall vibe is primarily inspired by Lovecraft, but again, there are many, many inspirations from horror and beyond. And we've been working on it for the past 2 years. We hope to release it in 2025. We're now at a point where we're looking for partnerships for it in terms of publishers or investors. We're very excited for you to play it when we release it.
My phone, what should I do? I need to find a way out. He seems like he's saying you and me. Okay. Aespa. It's like he's trying to ask her something. Nod. Sure. That seems right. Mr. Gap. Come here, child. Smile. It's too dark, doesn't seem like there's anything there. Okay, back up. A hand. A wrist. It's alive. It's pointing to something. A severed head. Mr. Chopped Head. do this. Mr. Silverhair, have a seat. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna back away. Okay, she's running again. Take it. Take it. I don't think hiding is a good idea, but... Ooh, Jesus. Mr. Crawling. To be continued. Ooh! Okay, I like it. I'm definitely excited for the full version. Let's go.
Reality is getting bent around me, flipped, distorted beyond repair, all to keep me from reaching the bottom. It's only going to get worse from here. Why do I feel so fucking good? I don't know why the void hasn't killed me outright. Maybe it doesn't want to. Maybe it can't. Either way, I'm going to make that a problem.
And when we thought that Fearfest is crazy enough, suddenly El Paso elsewhere. I mean, this is the crazy combination of comedy, horror, action, and mad story. And you can imagine I'm happy to speak with the developer of this game, a man with the coolest name in the world, Xalavier. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
El Paso Elsewhere has that strong psychedelic vibe. It feels like a combination of Max Payne with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So, what inspired you? I mean, what's the story behind El Paso Elsewhere?
For El Paso Elsewhere, I really wanted to take not just Max Payne and things that have inspired us like it, like the Die Hard trilogy and Dead to Rights, but see where those things could go next and really leaning into the supernatural angle, looking at the city of El Paso itself and the fact that the American Southwest inspires this mixture of the sacred and the unholy and the strange and the magic realism that is really native to the region, and pulling together a nuanced, complicated, weird story about killing the monster you loved. It was all a pretty cohesive and holistic process, but it has been real hard bringing that all together because there isn't really one thing you can point to and say, this is what you copy, this is what makes it work. And that's also what makes it so exciting too. So a black monster hunter goes to a dimension-shifting motel in the middle of nowhere, a offshoot of El Paso, Texas, to kill the monster he loved, the Lord of the Van. So you are diving in initially into a haunted motel and end up finding vampires and werewolves in haunted suits of armor, as well as other surprises in biomes ranging from medieval castles to Victorian manors. So El Paso Elsewhere is coming to Xbox and PC on September 26th. You can wishlist it, you can buy it then. It's coming real soon. We have an animated music video that's rad as hell. And if you want to play a game that genuinely changes the way you think about that genre of old school third-person shooter, a game that doesn't have progression systems, that is all about throwing you into wild situation after wild situation with incredible imagination, and then delivering you a story that makes you feel something, El Paso Elsewhere is a great game for you.
Okay. Oh God! Please, Katie, stop it. Sorry. Oh, wait. Who are you? What is this? To shame him?
Very clearly in the wrong place.
What? No, I'm not into. Can we close this? Can I just like walk out and close the door? I'm very confused about that guy, but I was not the. No. There's a monster. Oh! Ah! Okay, I killed it. Sorry. Not great at aiming, but you did. So, it's okay. Whoa, kill it! Sorry. I feel like I need to go underneath that. Oh, I don't. We just go around. What's that? What's that, like a werewolf? What is it? It's dead. There's another one. Oh, there's more. Okay, there's more. There's more. Of course there's more. Why would there only be the one werewolf? Okay, we good. No, we're not good. I thought he was dead. Reloads. Do I have stakes? I don't have any more stakes. Okay, it's fine. There you go. He's dead. Oh, I cancel. Oh, did I die? I died. I don't see any more white beams. Oh, yeah, it was like, yeah, this is too easy, right? Oh, did I just die? Am I dying? I might be dying. Follow the exit lights. And try not to die. Oh, something attacked me. You know what? If I just keep rolling? Roll! The wrong way! I mean, I did roll. Oh, fine. Okay, there's a wall. Sorry, my dude was feeling attacked by the wall. It's fine. Let's keep rolling. Can't go that way, apparently. He forgot to reload. No! I died. Okay. Oh, it's the werewolves again. Okay, hello. Oh, and I already don't have... I need to reload. Dude, stop rolling. Stop rolling. Please stop rolling. I don't know. Grab the Uzi. So find more levers. Pull all the levers. Don't know what the levers are for, but we're going to be pulling. And why is it slow motion? Because there's something trying to kill me in the... Wow, okay. That was not great. Oh, pull on the lever. Don't. Who are you? Friends? No, you're not friend. He's not friend. In case you thought he was a friend because he was not attacking you, I just want you to know he's not a friend. He's dead, though. I don't know where the lever is, but... Oh, it's on the wall. Ooh. Kill it. There you go. Sorry, I killed him. I did.
Hey, it's me. I know you're busy with your book. I just wanted to see how you were doing. Just give me a call when you can.
I'll call her back. I hate leaving Rocky when I go to the city. He hates the wind and whatever else it brings out. Rocky, where are you, boy? It's just the wind. There's nothing outside. Hey, buddy. Sorry I'm late. Damn. Hello? Is someone out there? I made sure it couldn't follow me home. It couldn't, could it? Rocky?
Come now, little devil. If you can lift your head in my presence, I command you to bring your precious dream to my feet so that I may trample it.
It's fairly easy to say I will make retro style game, but to truly catch this vibe of 80s and 90s, that's a real deal. But I guess I found one such game that truly nailed it. The game is called Slave Zero X, and I'm going to speak about it with Alex. Hi Alex, how are you?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Slave Zero X is a game that it really looks like something from like some beat 'em up game from arcade machines from 90s, and I'm curious how developers achieved that. I mean, they did some huge detailed research, or maybe they're just fans of such games, so it was natural for them.
I think it's a mix of both of those things. I think in this case, many people on the team were very immersed in games from that time. They also had their own kind of imagination of like, what if I could play with these mechanics, but have it feel like those games that made me fall in love with games in the first place. Some of it was a mix of using tools that were actually used in the late 90s and early 2000s especially. Like most of the levels in the game are built in Trench Broom, which is still what's used for Quake mods today. And then some of it was kind of like an artistic reinterpretation of some of those techniques. And then of course all the player character animations and most of the enemies are sprite based as well, and so they were trying to reproduce the look and feel of, you know, games that were made back then in a way that's pretty painstaking and takes a long time, and so you understand why it's not done, because ironically, to make a game look older, it can be more expensive and take more time and more care.
So it's not easy to make a retro style game today. I know that people think that it's easy, but it's really not.
Right, yeah, people think if the game doesn't look like The Last of Us or doesn't look like Uncharted, then it must be cheap and easy to make, but there's not only a lot of art and a lot of design that goes into it, but you want to make it pixel perfect and make sure the animation looks and feels good in every single context. Making something that looks old can be just as difficult or present entirely different challenges for making something that look and feels new, so to speak. So when we met up with Poppyworks and they had this prototype for a game that they'd always wanted to make that was kind of like a 2D action game, very much influenced by fighting games like Guilty Gear and other anime fighting games, but in a 3D environment. They were looking at our catalog and they felt that Slave Zero, which came out on Dreamcast 1999, would be a good IP fit. So it was kind of a match made in heaven, and since then we've just been incredibly proud to kind of let them run wild with their creativity, bring this world to life in a new way. And yeah, I think not only action fans and people that want a challenge will be satisfied, but if you like a good story and cool like cyberpunk, biopunk aesthetic, I think you'll enjoy it too. But yeah, right now the demo is available on Steam. It's also available on Xbox Series X. And we'd encourage you to wishlist it and look out for some big announcements coming very soon.
Oh, what is that? A poor kitty. Mr. Mills, are you okay? Back there, dogs are huge rats are eating the guts of a cat. That's strange. Are you sure? I swear to God on my holy mother. Show me what you saw, Mr. Mills. It was here and now it is gone, because of course it is. I swear, the cat was here. Its guts were all over the place, and the rats. The reunion with your circus friends can be difficult. We talked about this at Penhurst. But calm down, Mr. Mills. You've imagined it, that's all. Try to control your nerves. Remember, stress hurts you. Pray if you think you need to. You brought your mother's rosary, didn't you? Yes, Doctor, I never go anywhere without it. So can I... I see I've got a stress level. Let's see. So if I pray... Does it go down? Okay. Wait. Hello? Speak up. Damn freaks. Who's that? Is this a bad joke? Oh, God. I didn't like how he looked. They all look super creepy when it's pixelated like that, but he looked really extra creepy. That's strange. Who could have called, and why did he say that? Oh, the gate's open. Here we go. Maybe I can follow him. Oh. North Forest. Okay, I don't know if I want to follow him, actually. This is creepy. Oh. Mr. Petresque! What are you doing out in the rain in the dark? Are you all right? We've been worried about you. Have you seen Joseph? Joseph? What Joseph? Joseph Petresque, my brother. Who else would it be? But Joseph, he's dead. Oh, hold on. The storm's too strong. We have to go back to the house. Wait, old man, come back. What the hell is that? Holy crap. Okay. Holy Mother of God. What's going on here? It can't be.
My memories are slithering.
Domino. Time to wake up. You love a clear head. You coward. What the hell? Imposter. Murderer. Wake up. Literally, what did I do? I just got here, babe. I know that's me, but it doesn't feel right. I hate it. I don't even know my own name. What's wrong with me? I'm not going to be able to open this. I think if the power hasn't been going to that fridge, then I don't want to know what's in there. The sink? What is in here? Are those teeth? Is this a bone? There's no power going to the smart sink. Oh, it's a very smart sink. The flickering chair. Let's do it. This feels right. Oh my god, is that us? We're so pretty! I don't like the giant peeking in through my window, though. Salem, promise me you won't go back. Oh, Agatha. Wait, Agatha was a name we saw too, right? Agatha, I'm fine. I have it under control. Look at me. I'm not going anywhere. You promise? I promise. Ah! We'll be together forever. You'll never leave me. Never leave, my love. Never, my love. Never. You'll never leave me. You'll never leave me. What? What? What is happening? What the heck? Who are those people? Hello? Oh, no, no, thank you. No, thank you, miss. No, thanks. No, hello? Oh, God. Oh! No! Did I die? This is nice. Let's stay here. This one's fine. Oh, God. Not you again, please. Thank you. I'm out. I'm out. You're no one. You are nothing. This house is everything. This house is home. You'll burn before you can escape. Time to wake up! Why are you fighting it? Just disappear. It'd be so easy. But now you've met her. She'll be your doom like all the rest. Lying in the brightest heat. The loudest color. The psychroma.
Space is scary, but at the same time it can be funny and from time to time even both. Well, let's investigate it and let's talk with Bank, the developer responsible for the upcoming game called, well, Retro Space. Hi Bank, how are you?
Hi, thanks, I'm fine. Nice to be here.
I'm also happy you are here and we can talk about your game. Before this interview, I had that thought that 60s and 70s were a very weird time for science fiction. You know, those times before Star Wars, where on one hand we had all those big epic movies like 2001 Space Odyssey. On the second hand, we had all those charming, but at the same time cheesy sci-fi flicks with puppet monsters / aliens and of course always beautiful ladies. But I see now that more and more artists go back to those times, to those aesthetics in their modern creations, and the same goes to Retro Space. So I'm curious, why did you decide to do a homage to those, well, weird times for science fiction?
I think it's exactly what you say, this bipolarity of the sci-fi genre, which is quite fascinating to us. On one hand, there were amazing science fiction masterpieces by writers like Stanislav Lem, Frank Herbert, Ray Bradbury, or Philip K. Dick. On the other hand, the shelves were full of cheap pulp fictions, and in the film industry, this was the golden age of these easygoing, light-hearted, adventurous flicks we all know well now. So it was a very strange and weird era. Like you said, Space Odyssey